Ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, welcome back to Not Your Baby Mama podcast. It's your girl Elle. Hi, welcome. If you're new here, join us. What took you so long to find us? We've been here, okay? If you're an oldie but a goodie, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming back. Unfortunately, J. Marie is still not feeling good, so if you guys can please send her your well wishes and your prayers that she feels better soon, because we miss her so much. Don't y'all miss her? Comment down below if you miss her, because her laugh and her dimple, love it, miss it, need it. This is just, but we shall prevail. So, show must go on. This is another mini episode of Sidebar with Dr. L. So, before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, okay? Share your girls, because we want to reach as many people as possible. This is important information, all right? And we want you guys to come back always. So if you're subscribed, then you get notifications, right? Hit that bell. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're on all those things. Talk to us, send us messages. Like, we're moms, we're women, we're in relationships, we're not in relationships, all the good things. Sidebar with Dr. L. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm a licensed mental health clinician, which means I do this shit for a living, all right? I work with couples, I work with families, and I work with individuals. So people pay me for this shit, but y'all are getting it for free. Look at you. But what we have today is questions from the viewers. If you want me to give you some advice, answer some of your questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below, or just send a DM if you don't want people to know that you asked the question. But let's get into it, because these are some good ones this time. All right, so from one of our lovely viewers, she asked, how soon is too soon for sleepovers? Girl, to be honest, there's no time frame. Everybody's different, right? But I guess it depends on what your goal is for that interaction, right? Like, if you are in a situation where, let's say you know this person, right? You've known this person for a while. You might feel comfortable enough to have sleepovers right away. Let's say you guys live far away from each other. Also might be comfortable to have sleepovers, right? Let's say you just met that man that night. Girl, don't be having those sleepovers the day that you meet somebody. Let's be real, okay? If you have kids, hold off on the sleepovers. Obviously, if you don't have your kids that weekend or that night, then you're an adult, do what you want. But again, it's all about your timing, what feels good for you. Oftentimes we like to compare ourselves to other people and other people's situations, and that really doesn't work, because we're all different people and we all have different expectations. And so as long as you're comfortable with it and they're comfortable with it and you're safe and you know this person, then yeah, have a sleepover. But I think it all really just boils down to, how well do you know this person? Would you leave them alone with your purse? Would you give them the keys to your car? Would you leave them in your house for a whole day and not worry about it? If the answer is no to any of those questions, girl, do not have a sleepover with that man. Or dude, don't be having a sleepover with that lady, because when you don't know somebody, that's some people that's gonna be snooping through your shit when you're in the bathroom or in the kitchen, right? You got to be able to trust the people that you allow into your sanctuary, and your home is your sanctuary. So, long answer to a short question, do when you feel like you're ready, but be honest with yourself. Let's be real for a little bit, okay? Thank you for that question. Next question is, when should you meet the parents? Y'all, let me first start by saying, if a man introduces you to his family right away, that don't mean shit. But if you are going to meet someone's family, right? It's more about you and less about them, right? So you can control intentions here. What I mean is this: if you feel like this person is a person that you're going to be long term with, and you feel like you're ready to spend time with your family, maybe do holidays, weddings, things like that, then yeah, go for it. Meet the parents, meet the family. Um, but just because someone's like, I want you to meet my parents, doesn't mean you automatically need to say, okay. Like, if you're not ready, you're not ready. And story time, I once met someone's mom at a fucking club, bro. Crazy. And he wasn't even someone that I was like with. We were just like messing around. And this was like in my early 20s. Um, no judgment if you do that now, but for me, it was my early 20s. And we had made plans to meet at this club. So, met at the club and did not know his mom was going to be there. Who clubs with their mom? No judgment. I'm just saying, wow, way to meet somebody's mama. But I wasn't ready to meet his mom. You know, I had just started meeting his friends. I was not ready to meet his mom. But once I met his mom, it was like, oh, come over for dinner. And it was like, now we're hanging out in the living room and she's right there. Like, it became a little bit too real too quick. And that's what families do. Like, they make the relationship a little bit more committed. And if you're not ready for that commitment, don't do it. I think the theme here is do what you want to do when you want to do it. But let's keep it real. If you know that this is not the person that you're going to be with for a long time, it doesn't have to be marriage, but for a long time, or you have no interest in introducing them to your family, don't go meet their family. That's not a given. You don't have to do it. Okay, so I got this question from a male viewer, a dude, and I think it's important to let y'all know that you're not all ladies, okay? We got some guy viewers too, because they be wanting to know as well. So, question is, what's more important, being loyal or being realistic? And they kind of gave like an explanation, so I'm going to kind of sum it up. So, basically, what the question was asking was, when your partner has a goal, a wish, a dream, right? When they have that, is it more important to be loyal and like just supportive until whenever, if they ever receive it or get that goal or whatever, reach the goal, however you want to put it? Or is it more important to be realistic? Good fucking question. I think it's important to be supportive, but also keep that support based in reality. For example, if your partner wants to be a rapper, right? But he don't got bars, be realistic. Like, why do you want to be a rapper? Because you like music? Maybe you'd be better at like producing? Because, babe, you gotta work on that craft if you really want to be a rapper, because you don't got bars. Shit. That sounds harsh, but reality is, if we're gonna be like, we're adults, we're talking about adults, we're not talking about people in their early 20s, 19, 18, whatever. We're talking about full grown adults with bills. I can't be struggling because you refuse to get a job that pays because you're following a dream, right? If you're going to follow a dream, do so while also helping our household. Help me, nigga. Help me. Because I can support you, but let's be real again, based in reality. If I'm working two jobs to pay these bills because you want to go to the studio every night, but you don't have a deal, you're not actually doing shows, you're not getting paid for this music, you're literally just chilling in the studio with your boys, I don't have the energy in me to support you, baby, right? But let's say you're grinding and you're working, and then you are also putting in that 110% at night and going to sleep late, getting that music out there. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to support you because I don't have all the mental load of our family. I don't have the burden of our family. And our family could be me, you, and kids, or it could just be me and you. You know? Do not put all the burden on your partner because you're chasing a dream. And also, is it a dream or is it a goal? Dreams are hopes and wishes. Goals have a plan. If you have a plan and you can follow through with that plan, I got you. I got your back, right? But if you're just giving me these plans that don't really make sense, is it me not being loyal if I'm like, yo, how you plan on doing that? That don't make sense. You plan on just going to the studio every night and recording, and who's listening to this? Who are you sending this to? What meetings have you set up? None? How is that a goal? That's a dream, my boy. That's a dream. Or let's make it a little bit more modern. Let's make it a little bit more day to day. Let's say your partner wants to start a business, right? Your partner wants to start a business. Cool. You can be supportive, but make it make sense. You want to start a business? What steps is he taking? Or she or they? Whatever, right? What steps are they taking? What do they need to make this business happen? We can't just sit around in a circle, kumbaya, talking about, oh, one day, one day, one day. Because bills are due today. Bills are due now. Bills are not going to wait for you to make money one day. So, what's more important, being loyal or realistic? Be realistic and be supportive. But if you have to sacrifice reality to support, what are we supporting? That part. Answer that one. But yeah, thanks for that. That was a good question. Oh, this is a good one. Shout out to you for asking this question. I really appreciate it because, girl, let me tell you, we all ask ourselves this question. And listen, I've been in love, I've fallen out of love, I've been married, I've been divorced, I've been in a relationship after divorce, and I learned some shit. All right, so this is not just Dr. Leslie, but this is a person too. Remember, like, I'm a person, I've been through shit, right? So, question: how do I know he's worth my time? Girl, how do I know he's worth my time? Can you call him when you need him? Like, when you really need him, right? Can you call him? Like, if you got a flat tire, or if you are having a hard day. Like, can you rely on this person when times get tough? The answer is no. He's not worth your time. Like, is he reliable? Can you trust that he got you? You know, like, it's not just that he makes you smile, or he brings you flowers, or he opens the door, or you get to be a passenger princess, right? But like, does he got you for real? Like, does he put your interests into perspective? Does he prioritize you, right? Like, we don't want somebody to be toxically obsessed with you, right? We want them to value other things too. But are you up there? Does he consider you? Does he make plans with you in mind? No, he's not worth your time, girl. Or you guys are considering yourselves dating, right? When was the last time he took you on a date? Does he plan the date? Does he take initiative and try to incorporate things that you like? Or does he keep taking you out to dinner? Or does he wait till last minute to hit you and be like, yo, what you doing? Let's go get something to eat. If that's what he's doing, girl, bye. We are too grown. We're too grown for this, you know? I mean, sometimes, like, we praise our partners for doing the bare minimum, yo. Like, if a guy, and again, I keep saying guy, but remember, I'm a female, right? Like, I've only ever dated guys, so it's nothing against guys because girls too. So, if a person, right, if a person does the bare minimum, we're like, yo, she cooks for me, or she be cleaning up, or he opens doors, or he put gas in my car because we took my car out, or he held a door for me, or she ordered me a drink while I was in the bathroom, you know, shit like that. Yo, that's bare minimum. And we're praising that shit like that's amazing. And I think it's because, yo, our generation right now, we're hurt people. Like, people have hurt us, and because of that, our standards, the bar low is the hell, man. And we gotta raise that shit up, because to be honest with you, I shouldn't put up with whatever just because you're nicer than my last guy. Or, oh, at least he's not cheating. At least he's not hitting me. You know how many times I hear that? Like, as a professional, I've heard that so many times. Or at least she's not bitching. Or at least she, takes my opinions into consideration when she's doing shit, right? Or at least she's not sneaky. At least she's not crazy. You mean at least she's respectful and treating me with dignity and love and care and concern? That's regular relationship shit. How about we have higher standards? How about we have expectations? How about we share our wants and our needs, and we give our time to people that can provide us that? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to be alone, bro. How do I know if he's worth my time? If you have to ask the question, he probably is not worth your time, girl. He's probably not. Yeah, okay, he's fine. He's tall. He got a good job. He got a nice car. But he's a piece of shit. He yells at you all the time. He makes you feel this big, right? Oh, she cooks, she cleans, she's a good mom. But she's always cussing at you. She's always nagging you. She's mad disrespectful with her mouth. Why are you in that situation? Let that shit go. Have more respect for yourself. Love yourself. So that way, if you love yourself and you care about yourself and you respect yourself, you're going to attract that, because you track what you put out. So if you have high standards for yourself, right? If you're going to hold yourself to a higher level, to a higher quality, then that's what you're going to get. Like, don't ask for what you can't give, though, right? Like, don't ask for emotional maturity and you're not yet emotional mature. Work on yourself. Don't ask for honesty and you're a cheating ass bitch. I'm sorry. But that's the truth. Don't sit here and want loyalty, but I can't trust you. Ask for what you can provide, but make sure you can provide it before you ask. That makes sense? It's not hard, yo. Relationships are mad easy. You just have to want it, and you have to be willing to work at it, because the biggest thing that you can do in the beginning of a relationship is understanding and accepting that y'all are two different people, and that's okay. You don't have to be the same person. So the last thing I have is advice. This one's juicy, as our girl J. Marie would say. Juicy. So the question is, well, it's not really, yeah, it's kind of a question. The way they word it is not really a question, but bear with me, y'all. Okay, so my boyfriend threatened to finish inside me to get me pregnant. That shit took a turn, okay? So for some context, what this person said, I'm not going to read all of it because it's a lot, but Basically, they were arguing about her going out with her friends, and he didn't want her to go. So he basically said was, when you come home drunk, I'm gonna have sex with you and finish inside you so you can get pregnant, knowing that she doesn't want children. Dun dun dun. I know all your red flags going. Hold on, flag on the play, flag on the play. Wait a minute. First of all, you're not gonna threaten me with a baby, okay? Let's dive in, okay? Because this has a lot of layers to it. First, let's talk about consent, y'all. Okay? A lot of people don't realize, like, serious note, rape exists in relationships. Just because you're with somebody doesn't automatically give you the right to their body. All right? So, first, you need some consent, my boy. Like, when you get home drunk, I'm gonna take advantage of you, basically, is what you were saying. Because how the hell, like, pump the brakes, all right? Especially if your reason for sleeping with me is to get me pregnant, you're fucked. You're fucked up for even saying that, whether it's a joke or not. That shit's wild. So, honey, embora, okay? That means leave, go, because this is not even a person worth having a conversation with about this shit because he's threatening violence against you, my girl. Excuse me? Let's talk about consent because I didn't say that that's okay with me. Especially when I come home drunk, I can't tell you yes or no. And I can't say, oh, go ahead and finish. Relax. But also, that's mad controlling. And I've talked about this before in like other pods. But abuse. Like, we are still so lost as like a society on what abuse actually is, you know? And abuse is when you overpower somebody. Abuse is when you take advantage of somebody. And being controlling is abusive, you know? Just because he's not punching you in the face, sweetie, doesn't mean that you're not being abused. Open your eyes and realize that you're in a situation that you are not okay with, yet you're going back to it. You know, again, like I said before, respect yourself first. That's not okay behavior, okay? Um, but yeah, control is abuse. You can't go, and if you go, XYZ is about to happen. You're not my dad. I'm a grown up. Get it together, my friend. Like, no, we're not doing that. Um, so yeah, again, say dila. Get the fuck out of there. Because how you wanna like how do you know he's not worth your time? That shit right there. It doesn't matter how long you've been with somebody. If somebody's talking to you like that, that's crazy talk. Please get yourself into a safe situation and get yourself the fuck away from that man because that man, that's unhinged, girl. And I know exactly who I'm talking to, and you know I'm talking to you, sweetie, because you asked the question. So this is my advice. Get the hell out of that situation as safe as you can. Get your resources together, okay? Reach out to your people, you know, cousins, friends, family, his family, if his family's on your side. If it's not, then, you know, make a plan and get out of there because you're not saying he's being abusive, but we're going down that path, so you might as well leave before it gets to there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's having a problem with you going out with your friends, girl, that's a problem. That's a real problem. The other thing I have with that, and like, this is where I'm talking about like take accountability too, is, and I'm not victim blaming at all, right? But why aren't you protecting yourself, right? Why is this a threat? If you know that you don't want to be pregnant, find a way to have some contraceptive, right? Whether it's the female condom, obviously you can't walk around with that, but let's just all let's cover all bases. Female condoms, condoms with, you can use condoms with your man. I know a lot of people don't like it, but if you don't want to get pregnant, girl, take care of yourself. Um, if he doesn't want to wear rubber and y'all still want to have sex, get the Depo. That's a shot. Get the Depo-Vera shot. It's once every 3 months. If you don't want to get the shot, okay, get the IUD. That shit goes right up in there. And it's good for 5 to 10 to 12. There's all different kind of years, but protect yourself, okay? There's the next one on. That shit goes right in your arm. Possibilities are endless. There's the pill, because I didn't trust myself with the pill, to be honest. Like, because you gotta take that shit every day, same time. I got ADHD. That's not happening. But I had the next one on. That shit did not react well with my body. So what did I do? I did the shot. That shit made me fat as hell. Also didn't react well with my body. But now I got the IUD, and I use a copper IUD, which means that there's no hormones, but it does prevent me from getting pregnant, because your girl got 3 kids. I don't want no more fucking kids. They're cute. Don't get me wrong, I love my kids, but I don't want any more. So take care of yourself. Again, respect yourself enough to set some fucking boundaries with these people, okay? And if you're a man and you never want kids, my boy, vasectomy, si vous crez. If you want, get a vasectomy, okay? If not, wrap it up. Wrap it up. But don't say you don't want kids, but then you're not doing anything to stop these kids from happening, right? So again, it's not your fault if he's controlling and he's abusive. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, in general, aside from this topic, in general, if you don't want kids, do stuff, take the steps, take the proper precautions to make sure that that doesn't happen, because there is nothing worse than getting pregnant by accident, not believing in abortion, and then having to raise this child that you don't want and that you're not ready for, and now the kid suffers because you're being a bitch to him. Come on. Like, let's be smart here. But yeah, let's make conscious decisions, and let's pay attention to these red flags, yo. Let's realize, hey, something's not right in the sauce, and this doesn't feel right, you know? Don't convince yourself to stay somewhere longer than you need to be there, girl or guy. If something's not sitting right with you, it's better to be out than to put yourself through some bullshit for no reason. So that's another episode of Sidebar with Dr. Elle. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all of your submissions. I really appreciate all your questions. There were some questions that didn't get answered, but these are mini episodes. They're supposed to be short. We'll see how short they actually are after I edit. But yeah, thanks for joining and come along for this ride. Again, send out your love to J. Marie, because she's not feeling great. But she will be back with us very, very, very soon, God willing. So yeah, follow us on all our socials. They're down below. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. You know, interact with us, show us some love, and we'll show you some love back. And like, comment, subscribe, add to the conversation. We want to know what you guys are thinking too. And as always, remember, I'm a mother, not your baby mama.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? ADHD.